drive. Oh, do you want a beer? I got one for us. It was great. Bennett came over. We did an interview with him, and the guy came to clean out the shitters. So, dude, it just smelled so bad, dude. Like, all of it was just wafting straight in here. It was pretty rough. It was like doing an interview in a porta potty. But everybody, he took it on the chin, man. Everybody was breathing out of their nose. It was like all mouth breathing. That was so fun.
Let me just have this last bite. Oh, you're recording right now?
No, you can eat it.
It doesn't matter.
Fine.
I can edit it out or I'll keep it in.
Probably keep it in. This is
real shit.
real shit, dog.
People need to eat.
Cheers,
Cheers,
AWSI, wrapping it up.
Thanks for having me on. I feel like you hated me for so long, but now
No, you just weren't interesting enough.
I've been a podcast slut.
Yeah, that's why. I was like, God damn it.
Well, fair enough.
He's on all these podcasts. I want people less interesting than Josh Coop.
Fair enough.
And then, but
Josh
now,
who?
Josh who?
Yeah.
Did we start that?
You did.
Let's start the record straight, right? It was like Josh.
was you.
Who?
Josh
Somebody was
who?
like, oh, it was Arlen. Arlen's like, yeah, man, Josh. And I'm like, Josh who? He's like, Josh Koo. I'm like, oh, Josh Koo. And it was just, they turned into a thing. And now the generic boys are doing it. And they're saying,
They did it.
they're like, oh, Josh who? And I'm like, dude, that's my
me,
my
bro.
bit.
They're
That's
coming
Josh
for you.
who. All right. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the X-Files podcast. We got Josh who? Who?
Oh, Josh Koo.
And Walt, unofficial co-host. Thanks for joining, bro.
No
It's been a
worries.
super fun event, and we've actually done really well. I'm very proud of us.
Like actually
Yeah.
recording podcasts.
You're welcome, guys.
Yeah, well, because like Dylan came and spent a week here early in the summer. We're like, cool, we're going to do all these podcasts and stuff. We didn't do one. It blew every day. Every day we got on the water, be like, fuck it. If the wind's blowing, we're not podcasting. But we made time this trip, so
Yeah.
it's been great. Yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty psycho with the runs at the hatch, eh? I feel like
Yeah.
you were just like non-stop.
It's nonstop
Yeah.
there, man. Yeah.
That was good.
Oh, it's been so sick having everybody too. Like the vibe out there, especially getting wind for AWSI and having everybody here from all over the world. Like, who's we're all kind of like locked in this nerdy world of foiling together. Like nobody knows who we are except for each other, right? And it's cool to have everybody in one space where we can go out there and shred and
And nerd out a little
It
bit.
is a little bit like ego, like flaunting at the hatch, though, don't you reckon?
yeah, dude, totally.
It's like we're going up to the hatch, like Swell City. Everyone's like should be ripping there, but they're like saving their legs. They get to the hatch, like, all right, time to fucking rip. And then like I would always go like
It's like
100.
the main stage,
I would,
right?
literally the main stage. It's like the Coliseum, and I'd fucking see all these like ramps about to line up, go like 110%, and then fall. But the whole run before that, I haven't fell. It's like fuck. I'm like,
I do it every time.
Everyone's gonna think I'm a fucking kook. Fuck.
And then you see the one guy at the hill being like, ha ha.
I love it because you're coming from Swell and it's all bombing there, and you're just nobody's watching. You're in the zone, right? You haven't thought about it, just shredding, right? And you're like, you can see the parking lot. It's like, I hope people see me up here because I'm destroying it. It's okay. I could do it again when I get to the parking lot every time. I do the same thing as you, man. I get set up, and then all of a sudden I'm like shaky, or I like blow a turn and fall. Yeah, go ahead. Cool. Sorry, bro. Blocking you out. This is an unofficial parking spot for an unofficial podcast.
It's the fucking stitch up, right?
You want a beer?
Yeah, love one.
Yeah, I'll get you a beer.
I heard you had the toilet getting cleaned while
Yeah,
you were on the
I fucking stinky smell of it and no beer. Yeah, the boys.
Yeah, boys. That was rude, buddy.
I know.
It made him smell shit the whole time. And he
Well, I don't know. It was like 11 o'clock. I was like, I don't know. But yeah, he's from Australia.
No, but
He
your
started
point about
drinking
the
early.
hash is great, dude. It is so funny. And then, like, everybody wants to show off. So we're all but
No, I feel like that's
fine.
honestly
The
what's
culture.
pushing the sport, because I think that's competition, people pushing their
I
gear.
love that, yeah.
And like, you'd see someone out there riding something tiny or like, I don't know, a different aspect foil, and you're like, kind of tunes you in. You're like, maybe I should be riding that. And then you figure out, oh, fuck, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of the wild thing about this place. It's like, dude, you can ride anything in this river, right? Like,
Totally.
you can put a 12 aspect on and go rip it to shreds, and then you can go throw an 8 aspect surf foil and do the same thing. It all just kind of like how you tune the ride, because it's such a friendly place to ride, right? It's really cool.
Yeah. The parrowing, huh?
Right? Life changing
Fuck.
here, dude.
Yeah. Like, I guess I had a crack at it, and I can see the beauty of it. But it's kind of sad to see the sup dead now. Dude.
It died in the gorge a little bit.
It
This
died, bro. I don't think I've
still
seen
good.
any
It's still good.
suppers. Like, I understand
There are still.
No, I'm still saying, a few suppers, but like last year, like every person
No,
was
you were right.
fucking supping.
No, you're right. It's pretty much. I mean, it's like 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
You know how many-
last year who were supping are now still supping.
And here
right?
at the
Like,
event
switched
site, it
to
was
curling.
like flat. Everyone was trying to flat water pop-up boards.
Yeah,
right?
now it's all
Not-
e-foils.
I saw no
Yeah.
one trying to flat water
Yeah.
pop-up
Nah.
this year.
no.
Yeah.
That's a useless skill.
And it was kind of like everyone like, oh,
Yeah.
like real pumped up trying to do it. Everyone's got their shirts off, and then now it's just like,
Everyone was coming.
Drinking a beer.
True.
Look, I think the sup's gonna,
Yeah.
it's gonna have like a little wave, right?
Yeah.
Like everybody's psyched on the parawing, everybody's getting out for the first time, everybody's like holding off because of races or whatever, and now they're on it and it's really cool. But I mean, there's some
think we
slack
talked
in the
about it at
sup
some
that's gonna
point.
come back. Yeah.
We talked about it, that maybe people learning into parawing that came from wingers will learn how to downwind with the parawing because you're at a much more relaxed state learning it. It's not as crucial and not as hard.
And they'll be like,
And
I want to
then
hate myself, so I'm gonna
maybe
learn
they'll
how to
go to the sup because all they need to learn how to do is paddle up, not learn how to downwind.
Yeah.
Because you're
Yeah,
learning so many things at
Totally.
once. Like I'm learning how to paddle, but I'm also learning how to downwind. My heart rate's at 195, and now I've got to learn how to hone into the bumps.
Yeah.
As I'm dying.
Yeah, I feel
So
really
that's
bad
tough.
for everybody who doesn't get that journey that we all got to have of like not having a parawing and
Yeah.
forcing to learn downwind with the sup because it's like, man, it's a really crucial.
no,
learning
I
curve,
feel
right?
like they'll get it though. You get all these guys who kill it in the gorge or Maui, and then they'll come to like real life conditions like us in Australia where the wind sucks, and they'll be like, yeah, I'm going out on my parawing, and then all of a sudden the wind dies, and then they'll be like, fuck. But like, yeah, that's why I think it's so cool here and Maui. I think it's rad.
Well, and I think this is a great segue into like what we want to talk to you about, which is your crossing. And I think that's the place where the sup's always going to be a dominant thing because it's like an 8-foot board is a vessel, right? And a paddle,
Yeah.
and now you got something you can get out there and really challenge like the ocean with. And no matter if there's wind or not wind, like once you get good at your pop up, you can always find something to chip up on, right?
Yeah, I
I mean,
think
unless you're completely gassed.
for me, like I think what you said, how we all learned how to sup. For us, it's like doesn't matter if it's windy anymore. We can pop up, and if there's bumps still there, we can ride them. And I think that's a skill in itself too. Because I've done trips to Hawaii where like maybe the end of the M2M will get glassy, and like people wig out. Like the bumps are still obviously there,
Yeah,
but
they're just not used
they're
to
not
seeing
getting
it.
blown into the bumps. Like they have to kind of maneuver and figure it out for themselves, and they'll just wig out because they're not used to like downwinding and no wind. So it's they're all skills, and I think like whether you parawing or you sup or whatever, like you're learning something, and you know that's why I'm taking up the parawing because it's good to be shit at something, learn it, and then you bring it into that next discipline or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. Kind of like I got super psyched on parawing, but I just had Frank make me a new 7-foot sup, and so like
Yeah.
I'm psyched to get back.
Yeah,
Oh no,
totally.
It's been a minute. dude.
Yeah.
I got it. I didn't even have a board when I came here.
Yeah.
I just had a parawing and a parawing
Yeah.
board, and that's it. So
Yeah.
So tell us about that crossing, because we went to this show. I thought it was all going to be you, but there's like a big foil drive documentary in there,
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
and then we got to see your documentary with Dane
Dane Wilson.
Dane
Yeah.
Wilson. That
Yeah. Yeah.
sorry, Dan.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dan.
Yeah. No, we it was like it was an idea.
It's close enough. Shit, why give me a hard time?
No, it was an idea of mine. I've surfed in Indonesia my whole life, and I knew the trade winds blew from Uluwatu-to-G-Land, like pretty much straight there, straight downwind. And I had this idea, like with the logistics, there's a lot of speedboats that go back and forth from there because Uluwatu and G-Land are two like super iconic surf spots, and like surfers are going back and forth there all the time.
But how long is the crossing?
The crossing's about 92 kilometers, and it like on a speedboat, it's roughly I think 3 hours, and like you know it's pretty wild ocean out there. There's crazy currents, there's a lot of sea life, and then there's like trade winds that are blowing like 20 miles an hour. So it's like it's bumpy, it's a wild ocean, and there's big swell. Like Indonesia gets hit by big swell, so I had it in my mind that, like, you know, the logistics, like, it was an expensive trip. We had to hire a support boat that followed, and then, like, you know, getting to Indonesia, and, like, it's not a cheap project to do. But it was on my mind. I really wanted to do it because I knew no one had done it before. And I selfishly wanted to be that guy who's the
Set it
first to
first,
do it,
dude.
you know?
Yeah, totally.
Bad idea. It just got really hot.
I know. Why do you think I had that up?
I thought it would be quieter. But it got really
Yeah, go hard.
Sorry.
It's all right. So yeah, and I thought it would be, for me, like coming from no wind sport background, like I'm a surfer that got into foiling. It's like, I work in marketing, I work for Foil Drive and Code, and like my goal is to try and get as many people into foiling as possible. And from where I come from in Australia, it's mainly surfers. So I really want to change that stigma.
Sorry, but that video's gonna scare people away from foiling.
My film.
Yeah.
Well, no, what I'm getting, what
Foiling safe, okay?
Yeah.
I nearly died.
Hey, but that's production. Man.
Yeah. No, I wasn't trying to sell foiling that way, but
Yeah.
what I'm trying to...
Well, not every foiler is going to try and do that.
Yes. No, but what my goal is, and regardless of getting paid to do it, is that I want to show how cool foiling is and what you can do with it. Because at the end of the day, we're riding energy out in the ocean, which is basically a form of traditional surfing. It's just they can only ride the tiniest last bit of the wave that breaks. Where we can ride endless
We tap
energy
into all of it.
freaking anywhere, dude.
Yeah.
We can ride boat wakes, we can do anything. Like it's crazy. So I really were trying to showcase and speak to that audience that's not just this small foiling circle jerk community. I really want to like speak to like the masses and be like, oh, he's actually doing something pretty cool. So I was hoping that the film accomplished that, because like in the film it shows the crossing that I do from Uluwatu-to-G-Land, but it also shows like the surf trip we had afterwards, and we scored some sick waves.
Sick.
Yeah.
So what were you for like gear choice and stuff? What were you riding for that?
I was riding the Code 860R trusty,
Classic.
like
The old reliable right
that
there.
thing, like if there's no wind, you can pump around. If it's bombing, you can go 40 kilometers an hour. Like it just, the best range. We do have like this like new downwind line that's super high aspect but doesn't have as good low end, and I don't know. I just didn't want to roll the dice with that.
No.
I was just like, let's just keep to what we know.
860
Safety.
like taught me to downwind, dude. That foil is magic.
And then you can also surf the shit out of it.
Yeah,
like,
still
it's
fun.
fun. Yeah, totally fun. Rode an Amos 7.6. The reason I chose the 7.6 is because they're easy to travel with. Start traveling with 8-foot boards, it's a punish.
And you're going bigger on the foils.
Yeah. That thing pops up, it surfs good. Amos Cypher. And then I just always run a 75 centimeter mast, medium fuse, and a 120 tail.
Yep,
So
sick.
stock
That's the
standard.
setup.
Goes good. Yep. Trusty. And then I brought over a 8-foot single fin by Jerry Lopez.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. So, but also the other goal in the film was to really show where surfing has come from and where I
How
see it
foiling can
going.
integrate.
Well, like just like kind of just showing like the timeline of like what the guys used to ride in the 70s, like single fins, and then now we're riding freaking ultra high modulus carbon flying above the water, Like it's
Still single
crazy.
fin.
Still single fin. Still single fin. So it's like, I don't know. I just really kind of wanted to tell a story that wasn't just like, I did this and then that. I just wanted like all these like little narratives within the movie.
I totally agree. It's
Yeah.
it's like bringing climbing or any other sport to the masses. Like you got to create meaningful narratives about things that people can take towards. And when we think about foiling, we're just this little tiny community that's talking to ourselves. And like there's such a world of surfers out there that this is surfing, and that's you're a great ambassador for the sport and how you like communicate it and push that forward. But that's what we got to show people, right? Like I would love to see more surfers getting transitioning. We see it every year, but it should be just as easy for them to think about transitioning into foiling as they're thinking of going from like, I've got a long board, soft top, now I'm thinking about getting a short board. You should also be thinking about getting a foil set.
Totally.
Right?
Totally. I honestly think that some of the best people that come into foiling are surfers. Like, look at Eric Geiselman, Bennett.
my
Like,
God.
those guys just have the best read of the ocean. Like, yeah, throw a power wing in their hand, they're probably useless. But I guarantee after maybe like 6 months of doing it, they would probably figure it out.
Yeah.
And probably rip harder than anyone.
Well, and they're
So,
bringing new perspective to the sport,
Yeah.
which is pushing design
Yeah.
of foils and things in another direction, right? And
Yeah.
I think that's super cool to watch happen.
Yeah.
Because it's like, man, no doubt, foils are getting surfier, right? And like we're learning how to design foils that are slowing down, getting you in the pocket more. I mean, those are all the things that are going to tie it closer to that surf experience. So when you see those clips, I mean, that's what gets exciting, right? When you see a foil clip, it kind of looks like a surf clip. It's
Totally.
like they're in the pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I think the foils are getting so freaking good, and I love how they're doing like a full circle of like these medium aspect foils, which I always think back to the Unifoil Viper. But now we're like back there, but we've got all these better sections that pump better. They do everything better, but it's pretty much the same foil where we started 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, and see the same thing with the
circling back. Well, it's
high
because
aspects too.
we know that we can't learn on those because they're, hard, slow,
Yeah.
not efficient. And then we get really good, and then we want to go back because we're better. We can push those
Yeah.
harder.
Yeah. I'd honestly love to get back on one of those things and just see what it feels like compared to...
You rode that a bunch, right?
Yeah, dude. I used to ride for Unifoil.
Yeah.
I reckon the Unifoil 130 Viper was fucking the sickest foil. But the thing is, I always like shied away from it because at that point in time, my goal was to like get further, like pump longer.
Yeah.
And then that's why I think everyone was in the same boat. We all went high aspect.
Yeah,
We were like,
just wanted to be on foil.
we wanted to be on foil forever, but then now it's like, okay, we don't have nothing to prove anymore. Like people are pumping around for like an hour on foil. Let's bring it back because we're all better
Let's
at
just
pumping.
surf the wave as hard
Yeah,
as we can.
yeah. And I feel like before people were like kind of scared, or there was no real interest in like surfing the wave where surfers are, like in the pocket, whitewash and
critical,
stuff.
yeah.
But now people are like, yeah, everyone can do a really cool turn in like the unbroken wave. But everyone's trying to show off now and like do airs on the whitewash and stuff, and it's just I love that progression.
cool.
Yeah, like for me, I just like, and I reckon that's where it's going to get funky with surf spots. Is that before it was like, oh, that's a foil wave, that's a surf wave, but foilers now want to surf the surf wave.
I want the good break.
Exactly. I don't want to fucking.
I don't want some mushy.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally agree.
And I reckon it's going to be hectic seeing what's going on.
Yeah, I ran into that this season a little bit. in the
Fuck
winter.
them. I reckon they have no fucking right over us to do that.
Yeah, right.
Like, I honestly have that approach now. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know how, like, back in the day, people were like, oh, especially California, they'll be
right.
like, this spot is a longboarder's spot or whatever, like Malibu. I feel like if I went back there now, I'd just fucking ride through the thing. Hey.
Totally. Fuck it, right?
Fuck these guys because I can just pump away from them. You know, they can try paddle up the point at me. I'll just fucking pump up there, get another one and go past them again. They'll try to chase me down the bottom of the point.
Like, I'll be back at the beach in my
Yeah.
car and gone before you can paddle in, motherfucker.
I just like, it honestly kills me how there's
At a
like
safe
this...
distance, right, Josh?
I don't care. Like, fuck. Honestly, it does my head in how people think that they have the right to do that because they've been surfing that spot for hundreds of years or whatever. Like, I'm just like,
Or this perception that
I don't give
foils
a
are
fuck.
dangerous, right?
Yeah.
And like, yes, I agree. Okay, it's a big sharp thing, but so is a fin.
Yeah.
So is a giant longboard that has like all this inertia that you don't have a leash on that gets loose for you. Whatever.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of things out there, and I think there is this like overdone, like using it as an excuse, right? That like it's dangerous. Don't come near me with that thing because you could hurt me. It's like whatever, you could fucking hurt me, bro.
Yeah.
Like this is a wave that I should be on just as much as you should.
you know how that also too, how the stigma is like, you know, we're on foils, we're the kooks or whatever. I'm like, you're the fucking kook sitting there getting no waves, whinging at me when I'm having the time of my life,
Yeah.
getting a million waves around you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know.
It is tough because like we try to act like, and it's a conversation you always have. Foil it's like, oh, it's okay. We should go get the other. There's all these places we can foil that they can never surf. Yeah, but there's a reason that's the break, like you were saying earlier, right? Like the peak is the peak, and when you see that thing breaking, it's like, okay, I can go get this mushy stuff like way over here on this other section of the reef. But if it's not the good spot, and you're at that level where you can ride it, like
Yeah.
Well, at least we're fortunate enough that we can ride that mushy spot, and it's still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not going to go out where, I'm honestly not going to go out where, like, there's people trying to pull in to get tubes, because I know I can't do that
that's
on a
different.
freaking...
Yeah.
That's the generic foiling fuckwits.
Yeah.
That's right. They go box truck. We go sprinter. You know, we're classy over here. We got a Mercedes
But yeah,
Sprinter.
that's me
Yeah.
just I get piped up on that, because I'm not allowed to foil where I fucking live.
Right.
So I get
Yeah.
fucking pissed with that shit.
Yeah, it's a big thing
yeah.
down in Australia, right?
Dude, I got
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
lifeguards
yeah,
chasing me off the
chasing me off
beach,
the beach.
dude.
Yeah, we don't have it as much in the States, right? It's a little more flexible, but the tension's always there
Mm-hmm.
between surfers and foilers. And I don't know. It's going to be something we're going to have to navigate carefully as we go forward because, like, especially we were just talking about with all the foil assist stuff, foil drive and amp board and whatever, it's like.
That's
that'll-
another kettle of fish.
That's another
I
kettle.
totally
Totally
understand
understand
that.
that.
Because you got a fucking advantage over another person. But if you're prone foiling or sup foiling and you're doing it all yourself, you're in the same category as some idiot on a
I
surfboard.
completely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We are just idiots on a surfboard.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
We're just getting
just
way
a-
more waves.
Yeah, just a better craft. Same idiot.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go back to the crossing a little
Yeah,
bit.
sorry.
No, that's
Yeah.
how the conversation should go. I think it'd be cool to talk a little bit. I mean, you saw the video. Unfortunately, I missed it because I was dealing with some other stuff.
Yeah,
but
being tired.
I wasn't just being
and
tired.
old.
I had dogs to take care of. Yeah, I was tired.
Cool, I got
Dude,
kids.
you made all these burgers. All right, thanks for running me down on the show. Anyways,
Well, the moment he's like, "Yeah, I'll see you guys there," I'm like, "Well, it's not coming."
well, dude, we didn't wrap up the smash burgers till 7 o'clock when the thing started.
You hear?
Somebody
He's
had to
just
clean up.
validating my point. 7 o'clock.
I know. It was 7 o'clock.
Maybe didn't start till 9, bro.
Fair enough. So, anyways, I hear it's a pretty exciting crossing. Some things went right, some things went wrong.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about the journey?
We're
and
so
how-
glad that you're here. Jeff.
Yeah.
we are excited that you're here.
I think that's like the good twist.
Not
in
here in the van, but in general.
In general.
on Earth.
Yes. Yeah. No, it got very hairy. So what I didn't really piece into this whole project of mine was that I kind of thought because I hired a safety boat that there was no risk of
I
anything
heard a
going
safety
wrong.
boat, so this is going to be
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah. I was like, the safety boat has one job, to follow one foiler. Like, how can
can they
anything
fuck this
go
up?
wrong? So then I was like, you know what? Like, I don't need a fucking life jacket. I don't need a high vis shirt. I don't need any food on me because I'll just leave it on the. Yeah, I don't need to eat perp. I don't even need any food on me because if I get hungry, I'll just paddle over to the boat and they'll throw me food. About 40 minutes into the trip, the boat lost me because they hit a log. And then in that time where they hit the log and had to get the log out of all the engines and stuff, I just gapped them. And because it was wild seas, gone.
I see him.
Couldn't see. And in that time when all that happened and I kind of, was starting to be like looking over my shoulder one way, looking over my shoulder the other way. And I was like, okay, no, what the fuck's going on? Like, where's the boat? Like, where the fuck is my boat? Because I can't see where I'm going, can't see Java.
No,
I'm
right.
looking back, I can't see Bali anymore. And I'm like, I know that, like, luckily I had my Garmin, so I put on the Garmin like a rum line, so it was telling me like this way for another 60 kilometers. But yeah, it was a stressful moment because like
That's
having
a ton
that
of mental stress right there, dude.
having that lack of communication, not knowing if the boats rolled and capsized and they're all dead. Like there was Dane on the boat and then three.
Dan.
Yeah, Dan was on the boat. Having like that in the back of my head that maybe they had rolled and like are dead, and because they were following me doing my stupid selfish adventure. So I had that in the back of my mind, but then I was like, well, if I can't see the boat, there's no way they can see me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, there's no
I'm dead
point.
now?
No, well, they probably think I'm dead too. Maybe they think I hit a fucking log and just went over the handlebars and I don't have a life jacket on. I don't have anything.
Yeah.
So there was a lot to think about. And in that moment, like I kind of, I looked at my watch and I was just like, I've got 6 hours left of light. It's going to take me 3 hours to get to
I just
Java.
need to send it.
I was like, there's no point me hanging here in the fucking. I don't even know where the currents are taking me. I don't know if they're taking me further out to sea or in between the strait that I was doing.
Stay on foil.
Stay on foil and go. But then I was like, okay, the longest run I've ever done is probably like 65 kilometers. This is roughly like 95 kilometers. But I'm doing it with like 1 liter of water and no food.
No food now because
Yeah.
you lost your.
Yeah. So then I was just like,
Oh.
so then I just went into full safety mode and it was pretty crazy. Like I was just beelining and it honestly didn't feel that long because I think maybe I was just like, body was just going into efficient mode.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually when I did see land, it really took the nerves off because I was like, at least I can physically see
Yeah, you now have
where
a
I'm going.
destination,
Yeah.
right? I
Whereas-
will get there.
Whereas before, like being in the ocean and looking 360 degrees around you and not seeing anything is fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
So gnarly, dude.
Oh, dude, I can only
I
imagine.
was just thinking of I had a buddy a few years ago be on a Mentawai surf trip and their boat capsized and he was floating out in the sea for I think it was 3 days or something, and he eventually made it to land and his group of people that he was with survived, but the people on the Indonesian stuff, they died and passed away. That's all I was thinking about. And I was thinking before that my wife was like, she always thinks I'm a cowboy, but I'm like, no, it's fine. I was
No,
like,
it's
I've got a
super
safety
safe.
boat.
Exactly.
I'm paying the safety boat like $3,000 to follow me as if they're going to fucking lose me. And she's like, yeah, but something could go wrong. And I'm like, no, it's fine. Don't worry.
It's a boat. What could go wrong?
And then that's what I was thinking. I was honestly thinking when I was riding you fucking idiot.
So when I was watching this film, he they're getting all ready, they're on the boat, and he throws his board off, and he jumps into the water. And I looked at Arlen, I'm like, my safety protocols are going on. I was like, I don't know, but I don't think he's well prepared. And you can ask Arlen. That's exactly what I said to him. And then you went off, and you're like, "Fuck, we lost him." And he was like, "We lost him," and I was like, "I fucking told you guys." I was like,
I knew this was gonna happen.
"Yeah,
But yeah, it's like
Oh man, but that's good TV right there, dude.
we didn't ask for that drama, but we fucking got it. And I
Yeah,
think
you
like
did.
you
That
know,
makes a great story.
makes a
Dude,
great
Dane's also
story.
a guy.
Yeah,
Dane would have been able."
Or maybe a better story if you did, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Dane would have been able to sell this fucking documentary to Netflix if you never showed up.
yeah.
That's very selfish of you to
Yeah.
make it all the way. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah,
Super cool, man.
it was a relief when I seen land because at least I knew if for some reason, and I kind of took a weird line, like when I started seeing land, I started like edging into the reef, even though I still had probably another 30 kilometers to go. But I knew if for some reason my body cramped or something
Yeah, you wanna
happened,
be able to get-
I could just wash myself onto shore, you know? At least I'll be on shore and I'll, you know,
You'll figure it
I'll
out
walk.
from
I'll
there.
walk somewhere. I'll
Yeah.
find it. Like, you know, it's the jungle there, but like,
You're meant to be on
But
land,
you
not
still-
in the water, so
you had your
make
phone.
it there.
I had my phone, but there's no
No
reception.
signal. But if
yeah.
you got to land,
there's still
signal?
no. It's the jungle.
oh shit.
Yeah, yeah. Until I get to G-Land where there's Starlink and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, luckily, just before I got to the finish, maybe 15 kilometers towards the end, the boat came roaring up behind me because what they had done, they had like zigzagged from where they left me, trying to like find me.
Yeah.
And then like they thought the same. They go, he'll probably just like edge for like the closest land. But then Dane was like, no, he's gonna send it and go the whole way. But like, you know, the captain was like, we have to, you know, tick all the boxes first. We're not just
We got a
gonna.
boat, we can...
Yeah, we're not gonna like just think that he's done that and then have to punch it back upwind to
So they
find
give
him.
you like a discount or something since they were supposed to be safety boats? Like, look, so
Nah.
super safe, sold you
It
half
was,
price.
honestly, I didn't like. I wasn't.
You were
mad
just like,
at
I'm
anyone.
so happy to be alive. Here's my money.
No,
Like,
I
whatever.
wasn't mad at anyone because I was like, these guys, you know, did me a favor by letting me do this opportunity. And then I'm not mad at them that they hit a fucking log. Like, it wasn't their fault. And I didn't want the local Indonesian guys to get in trouble from their big boss.
Yeah.
And then so I played it really cool. I was just like, nah, it's it. I was like, we're all good.
No, that's cool.
you
That's
know.
fine.
It was all
It
good.
wasn't
Yeah.
stressed at all.
Yeah.
Wasn't in the middle of the
But
ocean
it
by myself.
definitely,
No
like-
food, no water.
Some Chinese whispers got around when we got to like the camp, and they were like, "Yeah, everyone, you could tell everyone knew what happened."
Yeah.
and we got away. We cheated death.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man.
that was good.
Yeah, way to send it. Those are big moments, right? Like when look, all these sports, they're adventure sports for a reason. There are high risk consequences to them. Like we're not playing basketball, right? Like we're out here in the ocean. There's sharks. There's big waves. There's lack of communication if you get off point. And I think that's where kind of some of the magic of it is, right? Is like that risk reward is there. And
Yeah.
and I think as you guys push bigger and bigger sends, there's more and more risk out there. And it's about how you like dialed it. And it kind of speaks to the difference between, you know, pro riders, they dedicate their lives to these things. Like you were mentally and physically prepared for that. So when it came at you, you were able to keep your shit together and like keep the mission together and send it. And I think that's just as important as all the physical stuff we talk about, right? Is the mental training it takes to do stuff like that. So pretty badass, bro.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it.
Thanks for pushing the sport forward. All
Yeah.
this.
No, it's
Yeah, where's your
like
beer, dude?
I finished it.
oh,
We're good.
Such a lush. Yeah, I don't know. Anything else you wanna rap about?
I don't know. We wrapped pretty good.
That was a good wrap.
that was a good wrap.
Yeah, it's a great film.
Yeah.
Super fun.
No, I appreciate it. I think it was well received. I was stoked with the turnout. People have asked like how they're gonna watch it next
I
because
asked
Yeah, what's the platform?
Dan.
I asked Dane that, and he wasn't sure yet.
Yeah. We're thinking of like, you know, Dane's done such a good job telling the story. He's done like,
Dude, epic! Like really great.
yeah, I think
how
it's,
it all kind of played out. Not how it played out, but
Yeah.
how he played it out and how the film.
he
kinda
really
came
did the
together.
story justice. And like,
I wish you had cried. Did you cry at some point? Get that on camera?
I didn't cry, but there was definitely a moment where I
Well,
pulled
there's always
out
next time.
Yeah, I pulled out my phone when we got lost, and I did like a little like video journal because in my head I was thinking
Was it on there? That video?
it
journal?
wasn't. But
Oh.
Dane's got it. I lost that phone, but I sent the footage before I lost the phone to Dane. But it's pretty much me explaining what had happened, what I'm going through, and pretty much if I died out here, that would be the last thing people would see. That's where my fucking mind was going.
Yeah,
Pretty
how
well.
could it not go there,
Yeah,
right?
I just wanted to like, in case someone pulled me out of the water dead, they'd be like, I don't know if he's hit his head or he just died of
happened?
exhaustion. Like, at least it was me being like, I lost the boat and I'm just sending it. Seriously. Yeah.
So epic, man.
Yeah.
So epic.
But yeah, I really like that film. I really wasn't trying to tell a story of like, being crazy or doing something reckless. It was more just like, I wanted to use those dramatic moments to really emphasize to overplan safety, because like there was so many minor things that I could have done that would have helped me out a lot.
Right.
Could have worn like a life jacket, could have worn high vis, could have just brought a couple snacks with me in my jacket, like little things that could have made it so much better. But ill prepared I was, like it was kind of crazy how silly it was.
Yeah.
But you live and you learn.
We talk about that a lot in foiling. It's like there's a lot of layers, because it's like, okay, we don't want to bring too much shit with us, right? And there's a feeling of freedom to like not having a bunch of crap on you. I don't like wearing a vest. I
Yeah.
never wear a vest out winning, because I just hate the feeling of having like a vest on with all this shit and like whatever. But the reality is like it's this balance of making the right decisions around like, what are my safety things? What are the things? Is it just planning? Is it having a phone and a watch? Is it, having high vis? Is it, an EPIRB and layers and layers? And I think there's a give take every time you go in the ocean. And
Totally.
it's about us trying to figure out how do we measure that better. And also it's up to, these guys back here designing equipment to help find more ways to make us safer out there. Like find ways to integrate safety into our equipment and make it easier for us. Because like we're never going to want to go out there with a bunch of bullshit on us.
Yeah.
It sucks.
But you know what? There's some guys who really do
It's
like
up to
it.
them.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys to
Make us
make
safer.
us safe.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to do it on
Yeah.
our own, obviously.
I think also
This guy can
too.
bring up.
I think also too. It's like
Got a whole
it's
boat. A whole fucking boat.
The
goddamn.
support boat needs a support boat.
Yeah, that's the lesson. Two boats. Two boats is the lesson.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's cool. It's just an interesting, a good example. Tourniquet.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to carry a tourniquet with me all
That's
season.
a fucking
I
easy
fucking
one to
ordered
bring.
one.
Yeah.
It is sitting in my garage.
Yeah.
And I still have not attached
Yeah.
it to anything to carry.
Put
it
on
with
your
me,
waist belt.
right?
It's so
Put it
easy.
somewhere,
Yeah.
right? Because I mean, to me that's one of the big ones. Like that's how you're gonna go, dude. You're gonna bleed out if you get cut real bad.
Yeah.
Right? And there's nothing you can do. You can try and tourniquet with a leash or something.
Yeah.
But, like it takes up this much room. But one of many things that I think we could be adding and make more culturally relevant too, right? It's like wearing helmets, right?
Totally.
Like
Look at
the more we
skateboarding
wear-
back in the day. No one wore any pads. Now it's just fucking normal to wear pads.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, snowboarding, the same.
Yeah.
I never wore a helmet as a kid.
Yeah.
I was 4 years old. I'm like, never wore
It was
anything.
just, yeah.
I was
yeah.
bombing straight. I don't even know how to stop. Yeah, scary.
Yeah, it'll be
But
cool.
that-
I think like safety is one of those things you don't really think about it until you need it.
Totally.
Just
Yeah.
like when you were there, you're like, oh, this is great. I got a boat. What
Yeah.
can go wrong?
Yeah.
And
And
you're
then
in the
if-
moment. You're like, God damn it.
Well, if everything went well, you'd do it again. You just bring a safety boat.
Yeah.
For the safety boat.
Yeah.
Double boat. That's when you're a baller. You just get two boats. And then you can do a third to be real safe. Have a whole armada just following you.
And then the 3 boats run you over.
Cool, man. Well, hopefully
Yeah.
the wind's going to kick up.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Do some runs.
Yeah.
Thanks
Sounds
for
good, buddy.
pushing the sport forward and being such an epic ambassador. I mean, you really have dedicated your world to it, and like obviously, like we see it happening.
Josh who?
Josh, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. There y'all.
Epic. That was fun. Thanks, guys.
Anytime you want to get in the thing.